Happy New Year's to all! To kick off the start of my New Year's doubleheader, I compared two MMA award shows, Lucas Tracy's MMA Awards and Bedtime MMA's End-of-Year Awards, and after fact-checking the big moments, it hit me. They're not even picking the same awards, but they're telling the same story about the year, because the year had a few main characters, and everybody felt it. Start with Merab. Lucas gives Merab Dvalishvili Fighter of the Year, and then backs it up by giving him Submission of the Year for the O'Malley fight. And that checks out, because Merab actually finished Sean O'Malley with a third-round submission at UFC 316. Then Bedtime MMA comes in and gives Merab the Blockhead Award, which is perfect. Not even disrespectful, just accurate. You cannot talk this man out of his pace. You cannot make him fight your fight. He's going to run the same game for 25 minutes, and you're going to feel like your lungs got audited. Now here's where the story turns. Lucas also hands two huge awards to the same matchup. Yan versus Merab, two gets upset of the year and performance of the year. That's Lucas basically saying, Merab owned the season, but Yan owned the moment. Because Peter Yan really did beat Merab by unanimous decision at UFC 323 and took the belt back. That's one of those nights where you can hear the arena before the scorecards even read. It wasn't just a win, it was a full revenge arc completion. Now let's talk about Volk, because people forget, man. Lucas gives Alexander Volkanovski Most Disrespected Fighter and Crafty Vet of the Year. That's two separate ways of saying the same thing. The internet will move on fast, but greatness does not expire on command. Then you flip to Bedtime MMA, and Volk is still at the top of the board for their overall winner. Different show, same vibe. Volk's name stays in the conversation because he's still Volk. Now Topuria. Lucas has Knockout of the Year, Topuria versus Oliveira, and that's Ilia Topuria, not his brother. Ilia knocked out Charles Oliveira in round 1 at UFC 317, and the clip basically lived on everyone's feed. That KO felt like the moment the division realized, oh, this is not just hype, this is real. And then we get to the Chaos Merchant. Lucas gives Fight of the Year to Roundtree versus Jiri Prochaska, and Bedtime MMA gives Jiri the Marauder Award, which is the same conclusion written in two languages. Jiri is a marauder. He fights like a guy who thinks defense is optional, and when that fight hit the deep waters at UFC 320, it turned into big meaty hooks, momentum swings, and then Jiri finding the finish. And Lucas also gives Comeback Performance of the Year to Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, which makes sense because Pereira reclaimed the light heavyweight title with a first-round finish at UFC 320. So when you zoom out, here's the value of comparing both lists. Lucas's awards map the year like a scoreboard. Bedtime's awards map the year like a group chat, and both of them land on the same truth. Merab was the pressure machine. Yan had the how did he do that night. Volk got his respect back. Ilia had the viral KO moment, and Jiri stayed the chaos button. If you only get one vote, who's your fighter of the year? Merab for the full season run, or Yan for the title snatch and revenge performance? Tap in.